the Stoic gentleman, mastering conversations and attracting women the high-value way. In the turbulent landscape of modern dating, riddled with confusion, fleeting connections, and emotional volatility, the concept of the high-value man stands out as a beacon of strength and stability. But what truly defines a high-value man, and how does he navigate the intricate dance of communication with women? This essay delves into 10 essential strategies employed by high-value men, men who possess unwavering self-assurance and emotional intelligence in their interactions with women. These strategies, deeply rooted in the principles of Stoicism, transcend superficial tactics and delve into the core of self-mastery. Forget cheesy pickup lines and manufactured coolness. This is about cultivating genuine inner power that naturally attracts respect and admiration. By mastering these 10 approaches, you'll not only become someone women are interested in, but someone they actively pursue. The high-value man, redefining attraction through Stoicism. Modern dating is often portrayed as a game, a battle of wits where manipulation and artifice reign supreme. The high-value man, however, approaches it from a different perspective. He doesn't engage in manipulative tactics or try to be someone he's not. Instead, he focuses on cultivating inner strength, emotional intelligence, and a profound understanding of his own worth. This is where Stoicism comes into play. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy emphasizing self-control, reason, and acceptance, provides the ideal framework for navigating the challenges of modern dating. By adopting a Stoic mindset, a man can become less reactive, more resilient, and more grounded, qualities that are incredibly attractive to women. The high-value man understands that attraction is not about chasing external validation, but about embodying inner strength and self-respect. He's not defined by his job, his possessions, or his physical appearance. Instead, he's defined by his character, his values, and his unwavering commitment to personal growth. He understands how not to react to external influence by taking control of his emotions and mastering conversations. It's a proven way for one to stand out from the crowd and demonstrate a level of self-mastery. In this essay, we will see how not to fall into the trap of external validation and instead cultivate inner peace and strength. Strategy 1. Calm confidence in conversations, the unshakable foundation. The cornerstone of being a high-value man is radiating calm confidence. If you react emotionally to every little thing a woman says or does, you've already undermined your position. Women are instinctively drawn to emotional control, not emotional chaos. In a world obsessed with social media validation and fleeting drama, men who maintain their composure are a rare and valuable commodity. They are sought after by women because of their internal confidence and not their external features. When you talk to a woman, never let her see you sweat. Remain in control, even when she tests your patience, teases you, or throws unexpected challenges your way. The reason high-value men excel in conversations with women is simple. They don't react emotionally. Women aren't simply looking for someone who's fun to be around. They're wired to seek a man who can handle pressure. When you maintain your composure, especially in awkward or high-tension situations, you're signaling that you're different. You're demonstrating stability and a solid sense of self. Imagine a scenario where you're out with a woman and the conversation takes an unexpected turn. Perhaps she makes a comment that would typically trigger an emotional response in most men. By remaining centered, smiling, and responding calmly, you demonstrate more value than any flashy outfit or impressive job ever could. The modern dating game is all about the image and portraying an inflated sense of self. A high-value man doesn't need to demonstrate this inflated image because he is confident in who he is. The Stoic approach allows men to be grounded and centered in their values and confidence. Here's a simple yet powerful technique. When you're in a conversation and feel the urge to explain yourself, justify your actions, or react emotionally, pause, breathe, and let your response come from a place of calm control. Observe how your words carry more weight and how she responds to them in return. You'll find that your quiet strength resonates far more profoundly than any emotionally charged outburst. Instead of portraying a perfect image or one that you think she wants to see, it's more important to be grounded in your values. Strategy 2. Speaking with purpose. The power of deliberate communication. Here's where many men falter. They talk too much, filling the silence with meaningless chatter. High-value men, in contrast, don't speak merely to fill the void. Every word they utter has a purpose. They avoid rambling and flooding the conversation with trivialities. They speak when it matters, and they allow silence to work in their favor. This is one of the most overlooked yet incredibly powerful tactics in modern dating. Silence, when used correctly, communicates confidence. It shows that you're comfortable in your own skin, that you don't need validation or approval from her, and that's rare in a world obsessed with constant communication and external affirmation. A man who speaks with purpose stands out from the crowd. Women are often weary of hearing the same tired lines, the same predictable compliments, and the same old routines. A high-value man is unafraid of silence. The silence is not awkward, but it is a point of reflection and contemplation. One example of speaking with purpose is not telling her how pretty she is. A high-value man instead tells her something real and impactful, something that most people overlook. Here's a practical example. Instead of showering her with generic compliments about her appearance like every other guy does, say something real and impactful, like, "You have a really interesting perspective. I'd love to hear more." This statement piques her interest, inviting her to share her thoughts and opinions. It opens the door for a deeper, more meaningful conversation. Practice speaking less and listening more. When you do speak, ensure your words are thoughtful, meaningful, and purposeful. You'll discover that women respect you more when you create space for silence and allow them to fill it with their own thoughts and ideas. It takes active listening to see the value that women have to offer. By listening, men can use the pause as a time to reflect and respond with purpose. Strategy 3. Emotionally detached, unfazed by rejection. Let's tackle rejection, a topic that sends shivers down the spines of most men. They fear it, dread it, and when it happens, they allow it to shatter their confidence. High-value men, however, are indifferent to rejection. Rejection doesn't define them. It's not personal, and it certainly isn't a reflection of their worth. High-value men understand that not every woman will be interested, and that's perfectly fine. When a woman isn't feeling it, they don't crumble. They smile and move on. It shows that they are confident in their own skin and their own value. Why let one interaction determine your value? Women are more attracted to men who are unfazed by rejection because it demonstrates emotional strength. When you're unaffected, you communicate that your confidence comes from within, not from external validation. That's incredibly rare in today's world. Women are so accustomed to men crumbling at the slightest hint of rejection that when they encounter someone who doesn't even flinch, it sparks their curiosity. If a woman senses that rejection will devastate you, she'll lose respect immediately. But when she sees that you can confidently walk away, even after being turned down, it shifts the dynamic. You become the man who doesn't need her approval to feel good about himself. This is where you differentiate yourself from the majority of men. A high-value man is self-assured and knows when to walk away. The Stoic man is always prepared to lose because he's not emotionally invested in the outcome of a single interaction. He knows his confidence isn't tied to one woman, one date, or one moment. He's playing the long game. Women can sense this detachment, making rejection irrelevant because he understands the bigger picture. His emotional detachment is a point of confidence, and the woman who rejected him may second-guess her decision. The moment you demonstrate that rejection doesn't shake you, you've turned the tables. That kind of confidence is magnetic. When facing rejection, avoid reacting negatively or emotionally. Instead, smile, thank her for her time, and walk away with your head held high. This isn't just about being polite. It's about sending a clear message that you're not easily affected and that you don't place your self-worth in someone else's hands. That's power. Strategy 4. Maintaining composure in any situation, the epitome of self-control. How often have you found yourself in a heated moment, perhaps during a date or a disagreement, and felt the urge to explode emotionally. Most men lose their cool, allowing the situation to control them. In doing so, they relinquish control over how they're perceived. However, composure is power. In today's drama-filled dating landscape, the man who maintains his cool invariably emerges victorious. High-value men never lose their cool and maintain a level head. Women are constantly testing men, pushing their emotional buttons to see how they'll react. The moment you become defensive or lose your composure, you lose respect. High-value men remain calm, no matter what. Even when the conversation becomes tense, they don't break. If she challenges you, stay calm. If she tests you, don't flinch. The strength of a high-value man is that they don't lose themselves. Women are attracted to men who can handle themselves under pressure. That's the hallmark of a high-value man. Practice composure in everyday conflicts. The next time someone irritates you, resist the urge to react immediately. Take a moment to pause, breathe, and create some space between yourself and the situation. You'll find that you feel significantly more control over the outcome. The high-value man doesn't let his emotions get in the way of the situation. Instead, he remains calm and centered, and this is an admirable feature to women. Strategy 5. Active listening, the art of genuine engagement. We live in a world of constant distractions, smartphones, social media, endless notifications. Everyone is always rushing to say the next thing. However, one fact can completely transform how women perceive you. One of the most attractive qualities a man can possess is being fully present in a conversation. When a high-value man talks to a woman, he's not just physically present. He's 100% mentally engaged. He listens attentively, engages thoughtfully, and makes her feel like she's the only person in the room. That level of attention is incredibly rare these days, making it incredibly valuable. Most guys are simply waiting for their turn to speak. They nod along superficially, but in their minds, they're already formulating their next line. When you actively listen, without interrupting or mentally preparing your next response, you immediately separate yourself from the pack. You're showing her that you're different from every other guy she's ever spoken to. In a world where women often feel unheard and overlooked, giving them your full attention is a game changer. It's not just about nodding along. It's about making her feel like what she's saying truly matters. Maintain eye contact, provide thoughtful responses, and ask follow-up questions that demonstrate you're paying attention. This tells her you're invested in what she's saying. That level of engagement makes her feel valued and appreciated, and that's where genuine connection begins to blossom. Practice active listening by putting your phone away, resisting the urge to check it, and preventing your mind from drifting off to what you're going to say next. Simply be present in the moment. You'll notice how much more engaged she becomes when she feels you're genuinely interested in what she has to say, setting the stage for a deeper, more meaningful connection. Strategy 6. Stoic body language. The unspoken language of confidence. Body language speaks volumes, often louder than words. In fact, a significant portion of communication is nonverbal. Before you even utter a word, your body is already sending a message. Most men are completely unaware of how much they communicate nonverbally. The way you stand, the way you move, the way you maintain or avoid eye contact. These all send signals, and women pick up on them instantly. High-value men command attention not just through what they say, but through how they carry themselves. A stoic man maintains a level of personal awareness, and the key is not being afraid to take up space. Are you standing tall, or are you slouching? Are your movements deliberate and controlled, or are you fidgeting nervously? Is your eye contact confident and unwavering, or are you shifting your gaze anxiously? All of these small, seemingly insignificant details make a massive difference in how women perceive you before you've even spoken a word. Picture this. You walk into a room, not saying a thing. However, because of the way you carry yourself, people take notice. This is the power of body language. High-value men understand that their presence alone can speak volumes. They don't need to fidget, they don't slump their shoulders, and they certainly don't avoid eye contact. Instead, they stand tall, move with intention, and maintain steady, confident eye contact. The high-value man uses the space around him as a demonstration of the respect he has for himself. The value shines from within through confidence. It's as if you're silently telling the world, I'm in control and I'm not easily shaken. Women are visual creatures. They read into these physical cues more than you might think. If your body language conveys nervousness, insecurity, or a lack of confidence, they'll pick up on it immediately. However, when you display calm, controlled, and deliberate movements, they sense that you're confident, composed, and completely comfortable in your own skin. This kind of nonverbal communication is immensely attractive. Here's another key detail. Speed matters. Men who rush through their movements, whether it's walking, talking, or even gesturing, often come across as anxious or uncertain. High-value men, on the other hand, move slowly and deliberately. Their actions are measured and purposeful. Whether they're reaching for a drink, adjusting their posture, or turning to look someone in the eye, every movement is executed with confidence and control. There's no hurry, no nervous energy. This calm, unhurried demeanor is a subtle yet powerful indicator of their self-assurance. Pay close attention to your body language. Practice standing tall, making strong eye contact, and moving with intention. Slow down your movements, take your time, and let each action be purposeful. By doing this, you'll instantly boost your presence and start commanding the room before you even speak. This will not only make you more attractive to women, but will also shift the way you're perceived by everyone around you. Strategy 7. Mastering emotional control, the ultimate weapon. We've all been in situations where emotions run high. Dramas are unfolding, tensions are escalating, and you feel like you're about to lose control. Most men fall into that trap. They become defensive, they lash out, or worse, they let their emotions completely dictate their actions. In those moments, they're not in control. Their emotions are, and that's where they lose. High-value men don't let emotions control them, and a high-value man understands the importance of keeping a level head in an extreme situation. Here's something you need to realize. Women are naturally drawn to emotional strength. They want to see if you can keep it together when things get tough. Think about it. How many guys do you know who react emotionally to the smallest thing? It's common. But when you're the man who can maintain his cool, stay calm, and refuse to get pulled into the chaos, you instantly stand out. In a world full of men who crumble under pressure, you become the exception. When a woman tests you emotionally, it's not because she wants you to fail. It's because she's trying to see if you can handle the pressure. She wants to know if you're the kind of man who will stand strong in the face of emotional turmoil, or if you'll fold. If you get emotional, react impulsively, or lose your temper, she'll see you as just another guy who can't handle stress. But if you remain calm, composed, and rational, she'll start to see you as someone different, someone who's in control no matter what. High-value men understand that emotions are fleeting, and getting swept up in them only leads to poor decision-making. The ability to detach from emotional chaos and remain logical is one of the most attractive qualities you can possess. High-value men remain logical and don't let emotions cloud judgment. The most important thing is being able to detach from emotional chaos and remain logical. Imagine being in the middle of a heated argument. Instead of raising your voice or getting defensive, you pause, think, and respond calmly. That shows strength, real strength, and it's rare. Here's the harsh truth. Women want to be with a man who can protect them, not just physically, but emotionally too. If you're easily swayed by emotions, how can you offer that protection? You need to demonstrate that you're grounded, unshakable, and that no amount of emotional drama can knock you off balance. This doesn't mean you ignore her emotions. It simply means you don't let her emotions become your emotions. You stay centered. You stay in control. The next time drama enters the conversation, whether it's with a woman, a friend, or even at work, take a moment to step back. Don't engage emotionally. Breathe, stay calm, and respond with logic, not emotion. You'll notice that you not only gain more control over the situation, but you also command more respect from those around you. The ability to rise above emotional chaos is what separates high-value men from the rest. When you refuse to get sucked into the drama, you're not just protecting yourself, You're showing her that you can protect her too, and that's a game changer. Strategy 8. Asking thoughtful questions, unlocking deeper connections. Most guys ask the same old boring questions. What do you do for work? What's your favorite movie? High-value men go deeper. They ask thoughtful, meaningful questions that spark real conversations. They're genuinely interested in the person they're talking to, and they use questions to create connection. Women are accustomed to surface-level conversations, so when you come in with something more meaningful, it catches them off guard. They're used to guys skimming the surface, never diving into what really makes them tick. When you show a genuine interest, it tells her you're not like everyone else. You're not just trying to pass the time or impress her with typical small talk. You're actually curious about her as a person, about what makes her unique. Asking the questions that no one else dares to. Questions that force introspection. Here's why it's important. Asking thoughtful questions opens up a path for her to express herself in ways most men don't allow. When you dive deeper, you get to know her on a level that makes her feel seen and appreciated. When a woman feels understood, she's more connected to you. She'll remember that conversation long after it's over simply because you gave her the space to talk about the things that matter to her. Thoughtful questions are meant to unlock deeper parts of her brain and thought process. For example, instead of the usual, what do you do for fun? Ask, what's something you've always wanted to do but haven't yet? Or what's a passion you've had since you were a kid? These kinds of questions make her think and invite her to share a piece of herself that most guys never ask about. Skip the small talk, go deeper. Ask her about her dreams, her passions, or what really drives her in life. You'll find that the conversation becomes much more engaging, memorable, and authentic. Strategy 9. Confidence without ego. The power of humble assurance. Confidence is everything, but ego is a killer. High-value men are confident, but they don't need to prove it. They don't boast, they don't try to dominate the conversation, and they don't need external validation. Their confidence speaks for itself, quietly and effectively. This is the kind of confidence that isn't loud or flashy. It's solid. It's the confidence of a man who knows his worth but doesn't feel the need to advertise it. A high-value man doesn't need to flaunt his accolades or accomplishments. He is humbly confident in his worth. When you exude that kind of energy, women naturally take notice. You don't need to tell her you're great. She can see it in the way you carry yourself. One of the biggest mistakes men make is mistaking ego for confidence. They think that by bragging or showing off, they'll earn respect or admiration. However, the more you try to prove yourself, the more you reveal your insecurity. Bragging about your job, your car, or your status doesn't impress women. It repels them. True confidence is knowing you don't have to prove anything to anyone. You walk into the room already knowing your value, and that quiet assurance is far more attractive than any boastful words could ever be. Women are turned off by arrogance. They can see right through it. They want a man who knows who he is and is comfortable in his own skin without feeling the need to shout it from the rooftops. High-value men don't need to outwardly boast to prove their worth. When you're quietly confident, when you allow your actions and demeanor to speak louder than words, that's when you stand out in the best possible way. The next time you're tempted to brag or seek validation, resist the urge. Let your actions speak for you. Focus on staying humble, letting your quiet confidence radiate. You'll find that women are far more intrigued and drawn to your genuine self-assurance than any ego-driven attempt to impress. When you exude this kind of understated confidence, you'll command more respect and attention without having to lift a finger. Strategy 10. End with grace, leaving a lasting impression. How you end a conversation is crucial, and it's where a lot of men get it wrong. Too many men overstay their welcome, thinking that if they keep talking, they'll eventually say the right thing to impress her. The longer you drag it out, the more likely you are to make things awkward. High-value men know when to end a conversation gracefully, leaving the woman intrigued and wanting more. You don't need to force it, cling to the interaction, beg for validation, or try to squeeze out one last compliment or joke to keep her interested. High-value men understand when to leave a lasting impact and a strong last impression. High-value men understand the power of leaving on a high note. When you exit a conversation naturally and confidently, you leave her thinking, wow, I want to know more about him. That's how you create lasting impressions. Ending a conversation gracefully doesn't mean cutting things off abruptly. It's about reading the room, sensing when the conversation has peaked, and wrapping it up smoothly. Instead of dragging on and hoping for a perfect moment, you create that moment by leaving at the right time. Think of it this way. It's better to leave her wondering about you, craving another interaction, than to wear out your welcome and make the conversation feel forced or dull. Women remember how a conversation ends. That's the last impression they take with them. When you end with confidence, you leave her with a positive memory, and that's what will make her think about you afterward. You're not the guy who tried too hard or overstayed his welcome. You're the guy who left on his terms, gracefully and naturally. High-value men don't leave the situation with desperation or need. They're strong in their stance and actions. Practice ending things on a high note. Know when to leave, and do it confidently. Smile, give a warm but brief goodbye, and walk away. Let her be the one thinking about what you didn't say and wanting to know more. It's always better to leave her wanting more than to stick around too long and lose the magic. The Stoic path to high value. There you have it. 10 powerful ways to talk to women like a high-value man, applying Stoic principles. It's not about what you say, but how you say it, how you carry yourself, and how you handle pressure. Women are naturally drawn to men who are in control of their emotions and don't let external factors dictate their worth. By embodying these principles, you'll not only attract women, but also cultivate a stronger sense of self-worth and inner peace. Be that man. Step into your power. This journey isn't about manipulating or deceiving women. Instead, it's about being grounded in your values and portraying an unwavering sense of strength and character. Modern dating has its challenges, but the most important thing is to come from a place of confidence and value and not falter when things get difficult. By implementing these strategies, your romantic life will improve and other areas of your life will be positively impacted. Key takeaways. Calm confidence. Approach every conversation with a sense of inner peace and assurance, regardless of the situation. Purposeful speech. Choose your words carefully, speaking with intention and avoiding meaningless chatter. Emotional detachment. Don't let rejection define you. Maintain your composure and move on with grace. Composure under pressure. Stay calm and collected, even when faced with challenges or disagreements. Active listening. Give your full attention to the woman you're speaking with, making her feel heard and valued. Stoic body language. Project confidence and self-assurance through your posture, movements, and eye contact. Emotional control. Master your emotions, responding with logic rather than impulsivity. Thoughtful questions. Ask meaningful questions that spark genuine conversation and deeper connection. Confidence without ego. Radiate quiet confidence, allowing your actions to speak louder than words. End with grace. Know when to end a conversation on a high note, leaving her intrigued and wanting more.